Namaskar friends. Today we will discuss January 2026 session 1's 21st January shift number 1 physics paper. Today's paper was quite easier than earlier year paper like 2025's session 1. આ પેપર જે છે એની કમ્પેરિઝનમાં તો જે છે ઘણું બધું ઈઝી હતું. આપણે વન બાય વન જે છે એના ક્વેશ્ચન ડિસ્કસ કરી. એની પહેલા આપણે નીટ 2025 નું જે પેપર હતું એની કરતાં પણ આ પેપર જે છે ઘણું બધું ઈઝી છે. તો પછી નેક્સ્ટ સેશનના બધા પેપરમાં જોઈએ કે કેવું લેવલનું હોય છે. પણ આ ક્વેશ્ચન જોતા તો લેવલ એનું ઘણું ખરું નીટ 2025 કરતાં પણ થોડું ઈઝી હતું, બરાબર? તો ચાલો આપણે વન બાય વન જે છે ડિસ્કસ કરીએ. પહેલો ક્વેશ્ચન આપણે લોજિક ગેટનો કે which logic gate is given in the figure, કે આમાં જે આખું જે છે કોમ્બિનેશન થી કયો ગેટ બને છે આપણે કેવું હતું. તો સૌથી પહેલા અહીંયા તમે જાઓ કે અહીંયા નોટ ગેટ છે તો a નું અહીંયાથી જશે a બાર, અહીંયાથી જશે b બાર. હવે a બાર અને b બાર જે છે એ અહીંયા આપણે ઇનપુટ માં આપીએ છીએ અને આ જે ગેટ છે કયો ગેટ છે તો કે ભાઈ કે આ ગેટ જે છે કયો છે તો કે ભાઈ નોટ. તો નોર ગેટમાં જે છે એ ઇનપુટ આવશે કયો આવશે તો કે a બાર પ્લસ b બાર. હવે અહીંયા નોટનો સિમ્બોલ છે તો આખાનો બાર. હવે આ આખું ઇનપુટ જે છે આપણે આ ગેટમાં આપીએ છીએ એટલે કે આપણે અહીંયા દર્શાવીએ. અહીંયા આપણે જે ઇનપુટ આપીએ છીએ એ છે a પ્લસ b અને આખાનો બાર. હવે અહીંયા જે છે નોટ ગેટ છે તો આનો અર્થ થઈ જશે a પ્લસ b બાર અને આખાનો બાર, ડબલ બાર થઈ જશે. તો હવે એને આપણે આગળ સોલ્વ કરીએ તો a પ્લસ b તો અહીંયા ડબલ બાર છે તો એ ડબલ બાર કેન્સલ થઈ જશે. તો હવે વચ્ચે a બાર પ્લસ b બાર. તો a બાર પ્લસ b બાર આપણે શું લખીએ તો કે એને આપણે લખી શકીશું a ડોટ b નો આખાનો બાર. કારણ કે આનો તમે બાર જે છે એ તોડશો તો સેપરેટલી બાર આવી જશે અને ડોટની સાઇન કેમાં કન્વર્ટ થઈ જશે પ્લસ. તો અહીંયા જો કે a ડોટ b જે છે એ કોનું બુલિયન સમીકરણ છે તો કે એ જે છે n ગેટનું સમીકરણ છે અને એની ઉપર બાર છે તો આ જે બુલિયન સમીકરણ થઈ જશે કોનું થઈ જશે નેન ગેટ. તો આપણો આન્સર શું આવશે નેન ગેટ. નેક્સ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન given energy density equation for unsteady flow p plus a upon vt square plus 1 by 2 rho v square plus rho g into h plus bt. Find dimension of a and b. Here we have to find dimension formula of a and b. We know that કે સમાન ક્વોન્ટિટી હોય બરોબર કે જેના ડાયમેન્શન સમાન હોય એનો આપણે સરવાળો બાદબાકી થઈ શકે. તો અહીંયા તમે જો કે h plus bt નો સરવાળો કરેલો છે તો એને આપણે શું લખીએ કે h અને bt નો સરવાળો કર્યો તો એનો અર્થ એ કે h અને bt ના ડાયમેન્શન કેવા છે સમાન છે. તો એની પરથી પહેલા આપણે જે છે b નો ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા ફાઇન્ડ કરીએ. તો b બરાબર થઈ જશે h/t. હવે h શું દર્શાવે છે કે ઊંચાઈ બરાબર તો એનું ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા થશે l1. t શું દર્શાવે છે કે સમય તો એનું ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા થશે t1. આનું કમ્બાઈન્ડ ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા l1 t - 1 અને કે ઇક્વેશન 1. હવે નેક્સ્ટ એની વારે કે ભાઈ a માં જે છે એનું ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા શું થશે તો અહીંયા તમે જો કે ભાઈ અહીંયા p પ્રેશર શું કરે છે પ્રેશર પ્લસ a upon bt સ્ક્વેર નું એડિશન કર્યું છે એનો મીનિંગ કે પ્રેશર નું અને આનું આખાનું કમ્બાઈન્ડ ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા કેવું છે સેમ. તો એને ડાયમેન્શન રીતે આપણે લખીએ તો શું લખીએ કે પ્રેશર એનું ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા કોના જેવો છે તો ભાઈ કે a upon bt સ્ક્વેર. મિત્રો અહીંયા ડાયમેન્શન ને ધ્યાનમાં લખીને રાખીને આપણે લખેલું છે. હવે આમાંથી એને કરતા બનાવો તો a થઈ જશે p bt સ્ક્વેર. b નું ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા તો આપણે ફાઇન્ડ કર્યું છે પ્રેશર નું આપણને ખબર છે. તો પ્રેશર નું ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા m1 l - 1 t - 2. b જે છે એનું ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા આપણે મેળવ્યું l1 t - 1 into t2 નું જે છે t2. તો આને સોલ્વ કરો તો t - 2 t2 પર l - 1 l + 1 પર. તો અહીંયા વચ્ચે m1 અને t - 1 એનો ડાયમેન્શન ફોર્મ્યુલા આવી ગયો. ઓપ્શનમાંથી સિલેક્ટ કરી સૌથી પહેલા a તો એમાં m1t - 1 m1 t minus 1. ઓકે આ બે ક્વેશ્ચન. હવે b1 l1 t minus 1 l1 t minus 1 આમાં l1 t minus 2 છે એટલે આપણો કરેક્ટ છે. બરોબર. તો એક ઈઝી ક્વેશ્ચન કહી ગઈ ને આવા ક્વેશ્ચન આગળના JEE ના PIQ માં પણ રિપીટ થયેલા છે. બરોબર. નેક્સ્ટ ક્વેશ્ચન. An alpha particle is projected from infinity towards a fixed gold nucleus with energy 7.7 MeV. Find minimum distance between alpha particle and gold nucleus. We have to find distance between alpha particle and gold nucleus. Here, energy of alpha particle is given as 7.7 MeV. So, alpha particle initially going toward gold nucleus from infinity with kinetic energy. This we have to find the distance, minimum distance between these two particles. So first of all, we have data like kinetic energy 7.7 MeV. Z of this gold nucleus is 79. From energy conservation, we can say that E initial is equal to E final. So first of all, alpha particle have only kinetic energy. So E initial we will write that K initial plus U initial is equal to K final plus U. K initial of alpha particle is only exist. U initial is initially 0 because alpha particle is at infinity from gold nucleus, and K final will be 0 because at the minimum distance alpha particle will be stopped. So there are only kinetic energy will be converted into potential energy. So in final case there will be only potential energy. So we can say that K initial is equal to U final. K initial is 7.7 MeV, and U final will become K Q1 Q2 by R, where Q1 and Q2 are charge of alpha particle and gold nucleus respectively. So we can say that Q1 is plus 2e, this is charge of alpha particle, and Q2 is plus 79e, that is gold nucleus. Put the data in this equation. We can say that 7.7 MeV is equal to K into 2e into 79e upon R. We have to find R. So make the subject of R. R is equal to K into 2e into 79e upon 7.7 MeV. So put the data. K is equal to, first of all, E will be cut from here. Value of K is equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9, 2 into 79. Value of E, electronic charge, is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 divided by 7.7 into mega 10 raised to 6. Further calculation, we will let us calculate in calculator. 9 into 2 into 79 into 1.6 divided by 7.7, 295.48 into 10 raised to 9 minus 90 will become minus 10 upon 10 raised to 6. 295.48 into 10 raised to 6 will be up to minus 60. Okay, we have an answer in meters, so we can say that this is almost 300 into 10 raised to minus 60. So So we can say 3 into 10 raised to minus 14 meter. And the answer is in the form of 10 raised to minus 13. So we can further simplify. R is equal to 0.3 into 10 raised to. This is decreased, so this will be increased. So minus 13 meter. Here is the minimum distance between alpha particle and gold. Next question. From a ring of area 1 meter square and resistance 100 ohm, a magnetic field B is equal to sine 100 t Tesla is passing perpendicular to the ring. Perpendicular to the ring. Find heat produced in one time period. One time period means capital T in Joule. Oh. Here we have a ring with area 1 meter square and resistance of this ring is 100 ohm. So it's look like that this is a radius R, ring with a radius R, and area of this ring is given as 1 meter square. Resistance of this ring is 100 ohm. Magnetic field is given as sine 100t. We can say that 100 is omega, so sine omega t. Here omega is 100. Omega is 100 radian per second. And we have to find for time t is equal to t second total heat produced from this ring. So first of all we have to find that why heat will be produced from this ring. Here you can see that magnetic field is changing with time. So changing magnetic field will produce EMF across ring, and if EMF produced, then current will be flow, and if current flow, then heat also will be produced. So we have to find current. Before current, we have to find EMF. So path of this question solution will be, we have to find first of all EMF, then current, and then heat. Okay. So let us find EMF first of all. So we can say that EMF E is equal to minus d phi by dt. Phi is magnetic flux, minus d by dt. Phi is B A cos theta. Here cos theta is equal to 0 because ring is magnetic field is passing perpendicular to the ring. So we can say that magnetic field is inch. So theta between plane of a ring and magnetic field is 90, or here theta is angle between area vector of this ring and magnetic field. So here theta will become 0 degree because area vector of this ring will be downward or upward. So angle will become 0. So cos 0 will become 1. Area is constant, so we can say EMF is equal to minus A into d by dt B cos 0 degree. Cos 0 is equal to 1. So this will become minus area is equal to 1 into dB by dt. Put the value of B, so minus d by dt. Magnetic field is sine omega t. Further differentiation this equation, we will find that EMF is minus omega into differentiation of sine will be cos. So omega cos omega t. We can see that EMF is changing with time. So EMF is a function as time. So EMF is changing with time, and we have to find heat produced in this ring. Let us see equation 1. Here we have a formula of heat like I square RT. Okay, heat produced in P time is given as I square RT. Here we have to write current in the form of EMF. So we can say that E is equal to I is equal to E by R. So put the value of equation 3 in 2. So we can say that H is equal to E by R whole square into R. This will become E square by R square into RT. 1 R cut. This will become E square by R into T. Further, we have to put the value of E square. So for that we insert the slide. H is equal to E square T by R. H is equal to E square T by R. Value of E is minus omega cos omega T. Minus omega cos omega T whole square into T upon R. So here minus square minus plus omega square cos square omega T into T upon R. But we have to find the average heat, so we have to take average of cos square omega T. So rearrange this whole square omega square T by R. Let us say average cos square omega T. Here this time is taken as capital T because we have to find the heat produced in capital T time, one time T. So this small t will become capital T, and average of cos square omega T in full one cycle become 1 by 2. So we can say that cos square omega T is equal to 1 by 2 in one cycle. Okay. So omega square, here T will become capital T upon R. Cos square omega T's average will become 1 by 2. Okay. Omega square as it is, R as it is, we can write T as a 2 pi by omega into 1 by 2. So omega cut, 2 cut, so omega pi by R. So value of omega is 100 and value of R is also 100. So H is equal to omega is 100 pi upon R is equal to 100. So heat will become pi joule. So heat produced in one full cycle will be pi joule. So here we have answer. Next question. A charge Q1 is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb is at 0,0,0. Another charge Q2 is equal to 2 microcoulomb is taken from A. Coordinate of A is 4,4,2. B. Coordinate of point B is 2,2,1. Find work done by external agent. Here there are one correction. So this charge Q1, consider charge Q1 as 10 raised to minus 10 coulomb. Here small correction. Okay. So let us write configuration. First of all, Q1 charge is at origin. So we can write Q1 is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 coulomb at origin. 0,0,0. However, there are 2 points A and B. Let us say that A point is here and coordinate of point A is 4, 4, 2 and another point say that this is point B. The coordinate of B is 2, 2, 1. We have to move charge Q2 from point A to B. So if you move this charge from point A to B, then find work done by external agent. How much work done we have to do for change displace this charge Q2 from point A to B? So first of all, we have to find that here will be potential like V, and here will be potential say that V. So from moving charge Q2 from A to B, we have to do work done, and formula of work done will be Q2 into delta V. Here delta V is VV minus V, like V final minus V initial. V final is VB and V initial is V. So Q2 as it is, we can write VB as potential at point B is produced by this charge and potential at point A is also produced by this charge. So potential at VB we can say that KQ1 upon, let us say, RB, and this is RA. So RB minus here KQ1 upon RA. So for finding work done, we have a value of Q1, K and Q2, but we have to find a value of RB and RA. So for finding value RA and RB, we have a coordinate of that both point. So first of all, we will find the magnitude of distance RB and RA. Let us say this equation 1. So first of all, for finding vector RA, so mod of RA will become 4 square plus 4 square plus 2 square. This will become 16 plus 16 plus 4. 16 plus 16 32. 32 plus 4 36. Root of 36 will be 6. So magnitude of RA is 6. Let us say value 2. As well as we have to find RB. So RB will become 2 square plus 2 square plus 1 square. So this will become 2 square is equal to 4 plus 4 plus 1. 4 plus 4 8. 8 plus 1 9. Okay. So root of 9 RB is equal to 3. Let us say value 3. Put the data of equation 2 and 3 in equation 1 and also put the value of Q1 and K. So we will find work done as Q2 is 2 microcoulomb, so 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 into, we can common KQ1. Let us common first of all KQ1 into bracket 1 upon RB minus 1 upon RA. Further put the value of other quantities. Value of K is 9 into 10 raised to 9. Charge Q1 is a small correction we did earlier. So 10 into 10 raised to 10 raised to minus 10 into 1 upon RB is 3 minus RA is 6. Okay. So simplify further. 9 into 2 18 into 10 raised to minus 10 9 minus 1 and minus 6, so minus 7 into 6 minus 3 3 upon 3 into 6. So 3 will be cut from here and 6 into 3. So 3 into 10 raised to minus 7 joule. Work done we have to done. Okay. So Option A is matching. So we have to done this work done for moving the charge Q2 from point A to B in external potential of Q. Okay. Next question. An electromagnetic wave has electric field component Ez. Here this letter is quite small, so consider as Ez. Z is showing that electric field is in the direction of Z. 63 volt per meter sin omega t minus Tx. The corresponding magnetic field component should be. Okay, here we have a equation of electric field and we have to find equation of magnetic field. So first of all, let us find this is the magnitude of electric field. So for making the equation of magnetic field, we have to find first of all V naught, then direction of V naught. Okay, these two data is required for making an equation of a magnetic field. So first of all, let us find B naught. So we can say that E naught is equal to B naught into C. B naught is equal to E naught by C. Value of E naught is 63. Value of C we know that 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. Here 3 into 2, 3 into 1. 21 into 10 raised to minus 8. 2.1 into 10 raised to this decrease. So this will be increase. So 10 raised to minus 7. Unit of this magnetic field is Tesla. We know that. Okay. So first data we find. After that we have to find direction of magnetic field. So we know that for direction we have to cross product E cross B is equal to C. So in this case electric field is in positive Z direction because here there are no any sign. So no sign. So we can say that this is positive. So electric field is in positive Z direction. So we can say that K cross. We have no direction of B1, vector of B, and direction of C. Direction of C we can find from here. The omega t minus Tx. Here X shows that this electromagnetic wave is along the positive x-axis. We know that omega t and minus Tx. If one is plus and second is minus, then we can say that wave will move in the positive x direction. So positive x direction we denote that direction of C in I. So K cross we have to take another unit vector, so that K cross that unit vector will become I cap. So for that, let us say this is I cap, this is J cap, this is minus I cap, and this is minus I cap. So if we put our finger in direction of K cap and curl finger in any unit vector direction of any unit vector, then thumb will be given. Thumb will give the direction in plus I cap. So that is possibility that K cross minus J will become I cap. So magnetic field direction B compulsory in minus J cap. B is in direction minus J cap by. If we put the finger in plus K direction and we curl it downside, then thumb will be in the direction of plus I cap. So that means that the magnetic field should be in the minus J cap direction. So here we find direction of J cap. From this we have to write equation. So magnetic field will be in y direction minus J cap. So minus magnitude of magnetic field is 2.1 into 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla, and sign function will be as it is. Here unit of magnetic field is Tesla, we know that, into sin omega t minus Tx. So match the equation option from given option. 2.1 into 10 raised to minus 7 Tesla sin omega t minus Tx. Okay. here plus, this is incorrect. This will be not answer. And here omega t plus x, this means that this wave is going negative x axis, so it is incorrect. Next question is shown in the figure. Find volume flow rate at cross section B. Given area at A is 6 cm square and at B is 3 cm square. Here we have a horizontal pipe, and this is the fluid level in pipe 1 and this is the fluid level in pipe 2. So difference between these two water levels are 5 cm. So we can say that H. So in this case, value of H is 5 cm. We have to find this in meter cube per second. So convert all data in MKs or SI unit. So 5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Okay. We have an area of A is 6 cm square and area of B is 3 cm square. So let us say that area of A is 6 cm square, means 6 into 10 raised to minus 4 meters. Area of B is 3 cm square, so 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 meters. We have to find volume flow rate at cross section B. So it means that V flux. So volume flux we have to find. So V flux we can say that velocity at point B into area at point B will give us a volume flux at that point. So for that we have area B. So for that we have to find velocity at point B, the velocity of this fluid at point B. So first for that we have to write equation from Bernoulli's equation. Let us say point A and point B. By applying Bernoulli's theorem at this point A and B, so here point A and B are in a horizontal direction. So we can write for that P plus 1 by 2 rho Vs square plus rho g h of point A is equal to Pv plus half rho Vb square plus rho g h of point B. Here h A and hb are same, so this will become 0 from both sides, cancel from both sides. Pb ने लेफ्ट साइड ले जाओ तो Pa minus Pb is equal to, and आने राइट साइड ले लो तो 1 by 2 rho Vb square minus Vs. Okay. So from diagram here the difference between these two fluids are 5 cm. So we can say that pressure difference between point A and point B will be rho gh. Why? This height is higher than this, so pressure at point A will larger than pressure at point B. So we can say that Pa minus Pb is equal to rho gh, where h is equal to 5 cm, 5 into 10 to minus 2 meter. Say that delta 2. We have another two variables Vb and Va. So we can write relation between A and B from equation of continuity. From equation of continuity we can say that velocity at point A into area of point A is equal to velocity of point B into area of point B. So we have to find Vb, so we have to eliminate the velocity at point A. So make the subject of V, we can say that Vb into AB upon A. So VA will become VB into AB. AB is equal to 3 into 10 raised to minus 4, and A of A is 6 into 10 raised to minus 4. So this will become VB by 2. So VA is equal to VB by 2. Let us set it up 2. Put the value of equation, sorry, this is equation 3. So put the value of equation 2 and 3 in equation 1. So we can write PA minus PB is equal to rho GH is equal to 1 by 2 rho as it is. VB is as it is VB square minus VS square. So VS square will become VB by 2 whole square. So rho will be cancelled out from each other. 2 will become this side, so 2GH is equal to VB square minus VB square by 4. So 2GH is equal to VB square 1 minus 1 by 4. So for further calculation we have to insert a base. Paper background white. Okay. 2GH is equal to VB square 1 minus 1 by 4. VB square 1 minus 1 by 4. Further simplify this. 2GH is equal to VB square 4 minus 1 is equal to 3 by 4. So make subject of VB square. This will become 2GH into 4 by 3. So VB square will become 2. Value of G take as a 10. Height is 5 into 10 raised to minus 2. This is 4 and 3. So 10 into 5 into 2. 5 into 2 10. 10 into 10 100. 100 into 10 raised to minus 2 into 4 by 3. This is VB square. So 100 and 10 raised to minus 2 will be cancelled out. So VB square will become 4 by 3. So VB is equal to under root 4 by 3. So 2 by root 3 VB meter per second. Let us say data number 4. Okay, we have calculated the value of VB 2 upon root 3 meter per second. Now we have to find volume flux at point B at B dot. So VB into area of B. So VB is 2 by root 3. Now area of point at point B. So AB is 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. So we can write this as root 3. So 2 root 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. Unit of volume flux will become meter cube per second. So our answer is 2 under root 3 into 10 raised to minus 4. But here 10 raised to minus 4 is not written. So let us say 10 raised to minus 4. Because this is a memory based question and some silly mistakes are can be possible. So we have answer 2 root 3. So 2 root 3 is here. Okay. Our answer is second. Next question. As shown in the figure, find force required to move rod with constant velocity 15 meter per second in uniform magnetic field. Here, magnetic field is uniform and in downward direction. Resistance of this coil is 2 ohm and length of this slider is 2 meter. And we have to find force F for sliding this rod with a constant velocity 15 meter per second. So first of all, we can say that why we have to apply force F at this rod. So look that if we slide this slider right side, there will be the increasing in area. So in the result of that, there will be a magnetic flux will be changed. Changing magnetic flux will give us air. So EMF will be produced. Due to EMF production, there will be a produce of induction of current. So current will be induced. Due to current, here is magnetic field. This current carrying wire is placed in magnetic field. So magnetic field will be exert a force on current carrying wire. So in the opposite direction of magnetic force, we have to apply same magnitude force in outside direction. So let us find first of all EMF. So EMF will become d phi by dt minus d phi by dt. Phi can be written as p into a into cos theta. Here theta is 0 degree because magnetic field and area vector of this coil is in same angle, so theta will be 0. Area is changing but magnetic field is constant, so we can write EMF is equal to minus area is changing, so b into cos 0 degree into d by dt into a. So EMF is equal to minus b, value of b is 4, cos 0 is equal to 1, d by dt. Area of this is let us say this is x. So length of this rod is L and distance of this length is x. So we can write area as a L into x. So minus 4, L is constant, so remove from its bracket L and dx by dt. So dx by dt is our velocity minus 4L into v. We can also write that BVL vertical element. Okay. So EMF is equal to minus 4. Length of rod is 2 meter and velocity, which is constant, is 15. So 15 into 30, 30 into 4, 120 minus 120 volt. So 120 volt will be produced across this rod. So due to EMF, there are current flowing in 2 ohm resistors. So current is equal to IR. So I is equal to E by R. Value of E is 120 and resistance is 2. So we can write the current as a 60 ampere. There will be a current of magnitude 60 ampere in this loop. So first of all, let us find direction of this current. After finding direction, we have to calculate force. So this rod is moving right side. So all q charges present in this rod also moving in right side. So force like q v cross p, all q charges are moving right side. So velocity is in direction. So q v cross p, force will be upward. So these are positive and these side negative charge. So current will be flowing in this direction. So current direction is in this direction. We have to find direction of magnetic field force due to current carrying due to magnetic field on the current carrying wire. So in current carrying wire, current is upward direction, magnetic field is downward direction. So magnetic force is equal to IL cos B. So direction of I is upward, magnetic field is inward. So thumb direction will become left side. So ILB force acting in left side. So this left side force is due to magnetic field, and for constant velocity of this rod, we have to apply same magnitude and opposite direction of force in this direction. So let us find magnetic field force is equal to I. Value of I is 60, length is 2, and magnetic field is 4 times. So 4 into 2, 8, 8 into 6, 480 Newton. This is magnetic field magnetic force is acting in this direction. So for constant velocity of this rod, we have to apply other force of same magnitude and in opposite direction toward right side. So our force will become Fp and value is 480 Newton. So our answer will be 480 Newton. Question number 9. A gas geyser heat water at a rate of 5 liter per minute from 27 to 87 degrees Celsius. If the rate of consumption of energy by gas geyser is x into 10 to 4 watt, find value of x. Okay. Here, one gas geyser heats the water. Okay. It will increase the temperature of water. Rate is given as 5 liter per minute from 37 degrees Celsius to 87 degrees Celsius. So we have to calculate rate of consumption of energy by gas geyser. Okay, gas geyser, how much energy will be consumed by gas geyser for converting 5 liter water temperature from 27 to 87 in 1 minute. So here power is given as P is equal to x into 10 to 4 watt, and we have to find x. In this question, volume of this liquid is water is given as 5 liter. So volume is 5 liter. Okay. We know that the density of water is 10 to 3 kg per meter cube. So 5 kg water is equivalent to 5 kg water. So mass of this water will become 5 kg. Okay. Temperature change is 27 to 87. So we can say that delta T is equal to T2 minus T1. T2 is 87, T1 is 27 degrees Celsius. So this will become 8 minus 2, 6, 60 degrees Celsius. We have asked about power. Power, we can say that power is equal to Q by T, the rate of consumption of heat per unit time. So P is equal to Q by T. We can write Q as ms delta T. Here m is mass of water, s is specific heat of water, and delta T is change in temperature of water. So Q is m is 5 kg. S, we have to put the value of specific heat of water in n case. So specific heat of water is 4200 into delta T. Delta T is equal to 60 degrees. So let us say Q only. We will simplify further. Now, time, we have to ask that liter per minute. So time is 1 minute. Okay, water's temperature will become 27 to 87 in 1 minute for 5 liter per 1 minute. So T will become 1 minute. So convert into second, we will achieve 60 seconds. Okay. So put the time and Q in this equation. So power is equal to Q is 5 into 4200 into 60 divided by 60. So 60 cut. 00 5 into 0 5 into 4 20 into 20 plus 1 21. This is power, and we can say 2.1 into 10 to 4 watt. So value of x is 2.1. Okay. We are asking 10 to 4. Next question. Given acceleration as a function of time, a is equal to t cube I cap minus 3t upon 4 j cap. Initially t is equal to 0, position is 0 I cap plus 0 j cap plus 0 k cap, and particle is at rest. Find position and velocity at time at any instant. Okay. we have acceleration as a function of time. T is equal to 0. Position is 0, 0, 0 and particle is at rest. So v initial is 0 and position is also 0. Find position and velocity at any instant. At any instant means we have to find position as a function of t and velocity as a function of t. So first of all, we have acceleration as a function of t. From acceleration as a function of t, we have to find x as a function of t and velocity as a function of t. So first of all, we can convert acceleration into velocity, and after that we can convert velocity into acceleration. So our first step is converting acceleration t relation in velocity time relation. So acceleration given as t raised to 3 I cap minus 3t by 4 check. We can write acceleration as a dv by dt. Yes or no? Acceleration is as a dv by dt. Right side t cube I cap minus 3t by 4 check. So we can say that dv is equal to t cube I cap minus 3t by 4 check into dt. So after integrating both sides, here we have a data that at t is equal to 0, particle is at rest. So when time is 0, velocity of particle is 0. When time is t, velocity of particle v, we have to find. So integration of dv will become v. Integration of t cube will become t raised to 4 by 4 I cap minus 3 by 4. Integration of t will become t square by 2 and limit is 0 to 2. So velocity will become as a function of time like this, I cap minus 3 by 4 into 2, 8 t square. So here is cap. So we have find velocity as a function of time. After that, we have to find position as a function of time. We can write velocity. We can write velocity as a dx by dt. I think this place will little. Let's insert the page. Change the background. Basic and white. Okay. So velocity is t raised to 4 by 4. So first write equation t raised to 4 by 4 I cap minus 3 by 8 t square. 3 by 8 t square check. Now we can write velocity as a dx by dt and right side t raised to 4 by 4 I cap minus 3 by 8 t square check. So this will become t raised to 4 by 4 I cap minus 3 by 8 t square check into dt. Integrating both sides. Here we have data that at t is equal to 0, position of particle is 0. So if time is equal to 0, position is 0, and when time is t, then we have to find position x. So integration of dx will become x. Integration of this side t raised to 5 by 5 into 4 as it is I cap minus 3 by 8 t raised to 3 by 3 check it. Okay. So limit will become 0 to t. So this will become 3 raised to 5 by 20 I cap minus 3 will be cancelled out. So t cube by 8 check it x. So here x is a function of t. Let us get it. Then match the answer from given options. So first of all, velocity is a function of time. T raised to 4 by 4 I cap. T t raised to 4 by 4, t raised to 4 by 4. Okay. These are incorrect. Minus 3 by 8 t square. 3 by 8 t square j cap, 3 by 8 t square j cap. Okay. This is correct, this is correct. And now we have to match x as a function of time. So here t raised to 5 by 20, t raised to 5 by 20, t raised to 6 by 20. So this is incorrect. And check other term too. T cube by 8 j cap minus t cube by 8 j cap. Okay, so this is our correct answer. We consider r as x. Nothing is changed.